Aishwarya Rai says, Sukku Malagu Tatti and a soup vecha kudiya. And that was like kudi as in not drink, but I wanted to use something more, something that would go with it. So I thought of garnish me with pepper and spice, taste your favorite soup. Somehow I thought taste sounded better there than drink me, you know. So it was all very thought-provoking, and you had to spend time on it. Singapallil Uriya is another line in this verse, and I didn't, normally we translate Singapal as lion's tooth, and I didn't think that was right, so I again went extensively. I really have to thank Google actually, because I asked a lot of people, and then one of them said dragon's tooth, but then I finally hit on this eye tooth, which is the literal translation for Singapal, and I don't think many of us would even know that Singapal is translated to eye tooth. So that was another instance where my vocabulary increased. And in all this, I think I really have to pay a note to my own mom, Mrs. Vijay Srinivasan. She's no more. And she was Woman of the Year for 2004. But during my entire childhood, whenever I made a mistake in English, the pronunciation or the spelling, she would come up with a dictionary and show it to me. And at that time, it really irritated me. But I think that holds good today when I know my vocabulary is very good, and the ability to bring out options as and when the director asks me is like, I just owe it to Another typical phrase we use is ice vekkade was another line here, like saying kadaluke uppa or something like that. And I didn't know, because ice as in this context means Aishwarya and the pet name for her, and the world audience would not be able to relate to that. So for that we settled for don't try to sell snow to the ice maiden, because that translates it better than saying ice vekkade. And another line which I am personally very fond of, because I think it has my touch to it, is, let me read it. Naan oora vaitha kani and mella aara vaithu kadi. I thought oora vaithu and aara vaithu could be preserved and reserved. I mean, especially for me. So I used the word preserved, but P within brackets, so it means preserved and reserved. So I thought it would look good if I said I'm a fruit specially preserved, reserved for you, savor me leisurely. So the co-director Jairam appreciated it so much. But you guys, if you have access to a subtitled version of Endiran, you should look at it and let Behindwoods know if it is really preserved and reserved with P within brackets, because I thought that adds a touch of humor to the lyrics. Similarly, there were a lot of swear words that Santanam uses to the robo Rajnikant. He says things like metal madaya and aluminium gunda and all kinds of things related to a robo. And so I had to come up with a lot of these swear words and not have them repeated. So I thought of words like dunderhead, blockhead, tin head, knucklehead, metal moron. A lot of these words I just thought should add a touch of laughter to it, despite it being swear words. And these are words that you don't really use because we're not used to yelling at machines. And on the whole, I loved doing it, even though it took a lot of my time. Every frame and scene I saw, there was something new that I learnt. And I just think Director Shankar knows the pulse of the audience so well. And being a fan of Aishwarya Rai, there were many times when instead of subtitling, we would be just watching the frame and the scenes would go, and then we'd realize I haven't translated anything at all. So it was a unique experience for me, and I'm really, really thankful to Director Shankar for having given me this opportunity. One of my all-time supporter and somebody who's backed me up and wished me well for whatever I do in the celluloid world, besides my immediate family, has been Shivakumar Anna, Surya and Karti's dad. He always thinks of me as his sister, and they are my family friend. We go back a long way for more than I would say 10-15 years. And so when I started getting very interested in subtitling, costume designing, and I want to direct a film on my mom one of these days, I mean sometime in a year or two. And so when I told him I'm going to do this, and then he immediately comes up with this reply, "Enna veetle ni oru abhiman nadathriya," and he was like laughing and wishing me all the best. So I don't think it's a case of abhiman in real life at all, because I have a very supportive family, my children, my 3 daughters, my husband, my father, my in-laws. But besides this, I have a host of friends who support me in every venture of mine when it comes to celluloid. For example, there's this clique we formed of JP, Jayaprakash, Anupama, who played Kishore's wife in Vamsam, Kishore, Sampath, and Rajvel, who's the DOP of Enipadi Maikinai and Adapuli. And couple of these friends of mine always call me, and of course director Nason, who did Muruga, and Jayam Raja. These people are like so supportive of what I do that they keep, every time I get a new film, or when they know someone wants subtitling to be done, they immediately put me onto them. And of course this wonderful friend of mine called S.L. Balaji, who's a choreographer, he worked for us in our movie Tuvanam. And all these people just immediately spread the word around. I have lovely friends in the media. Anytime I want a phone number, I just pick up the phone and I send a message to a lot of my friends in the press, media, channels, whatever, and I immediately get a business card, and I don't know from whom I've got it, but I immediately get the director's number to call and ask. I don't think there is anything wrong in calling up a director or producer and introducing myself, because I think we need to go worldwide. My dearest dream is to take Tamil cinema to every nook and corner of the world, have a world audience looking at it, knowing that we're capable. We have so much talent, but we're like frogs in the well with blinkers. We're not doing what we should be doing. It doesn't matter if that's going to cost an extra couple of thousands, because it's going to take your market worldwide, open the eyes to lots. We are sitting and watching French and Iranian and Italian movies. Why can't other people watch Tamil movies? And I just feel subtitling has not been given the recognition, credit, or awareness that it's due. And I just hope it slowly changes, because Bollywood is caught on. Most of their films are subtitled, irrespective of whether it's going to a panorama or to the film festivals. That shouldn't be the only goal. You don't have to subtitle your film only if you're sending it to panorama. You can subtitle it just for it to reach a wider world audience.